guys. This is fifth period English. This is the honors class. I'm Cathi Speake. If you remember Speake English, it's that. I'm buried into the names. I have a student teacher, but she's not here in this period, so we won't talk about that. This quickly, I do have a little wish list. I always love gift cards for office supply kind of stuff for the classroom. Tissue, we're always in short supply right now. It's because of like bloody noses and the heat. We just go through them. And I have a stash that I just buy, but the office runs out, we run out. So that's always good for the school. Colored copy paper, that's always fun, like fun colors, like bright colors that they don't give me. And also the one good thing, main thing I would say is age-appropriate novels that I can keep here. The kids check them out for me, and they check them out and they pass them around and check them out more, and then they disappear. Which in some ways is a good thing because the well-loved ones tend to be the ones that disappear. But then they're gone. So if you have books sitting around that your kids are done with, or one that you loved as a kid, something like that, I'll let you, the kids like to write in front, you know, donated by so-and-so, and we keep them here. Our library is fantastic. Really, lots and lots of books. That's the best spot. But there's something powerful about when a kid finishes a book and they say, what do I read next? And I say, what do you like? And I say, oh, here's a good book for you. There. And done. And move on. So that's fun. Also, oh, this picture is there because I also have a 7th grader myself. So he's in, you know, my husband's out there doing what you're doing. And it's really quite special to have, and some of you I know well, and you know, some of his peers, you know, are here, and he's out there, and he says hi through the window, and he's right outside my window, and I love it. Yeah, he's not in my class. That would have been too weird. But all this to say, I'm kind of in your shoes, and this doing teaching, but I'm mom, and looking at EDU and homework in a different way because he's exactly there. It's pretty cool. You know, like the picture thing, the picture forms. How come I don't have a picture form? No one has them. Those kinds of things. I've been in the office bugging them. Like, this is confusing for parents. So you can email me. You can send me messages on EDU about parent stuff or about English class stuff. Either one. What else? Oh, I taught 7th grade from 95 to 2001 at Santa Barbara Junior High. Fell in love with the age. I thought I was going to be a high school teacher, you know, getting my credential. Taught a year of high school, then I got a job at Santa Barbara. I was so glad to be back, and they gave me junior high. I'm like, oh, okay, 7th grade, seriously? It took me a year, one solid year, to get adjusted, just adjust. And I wasn't a parent, I mean, I was a newbie teacher. And then it was like, love, I love them, don't take me away from them. So now, you know, I took, from 2001 off until 5 years ago, I took a break when my kids were little. And so when I came back, I was like, I want part-time and I want 7th grade. And they had it for me. So now I'm at 80%, which is beautiful. It's sort of full-time. I'm here all day because my son's here. But I like my schedule. I love 7th grade. And I get it. So now I live with one. So they're great. They're very eager, sweet. This is a great class. They're so with me and energetic in a good way and participating well, and I look forward to seeing your kids. Independent reading is probably the main component of homework this year. We are trying to diminish the amount of paperwork, worksheet, homework kind of stuff, and really focus on independent reading. They calculated their reading rate here in class. 10 minutes, how much I can read, and we multiplied that by 9, and we said that's your target for the week. 90 minutes worth. And it could fluctuate depending on the book. And we do read some here. I'm trying to book in the week, silent reading Monday and Friday, here. And during that time, I either read with them or I check on their reading log, see that there's a book in their hand, how's it going, that kind of stuff. And they should be reading at home. So with reading here at home, it's maybe 70 minutes. And I know you don't have to count minutes, but the page count that they calculated for 90 minutes worth should be approximately what they're reading per week. So if theirs worked out to 50, great, you'll read 50. Yours worked out to 98, great. You're going to target 98 and everybody's okay, reading a different amount. They read at different speeds And also depending on the book, it'll adjust. But you should see them reading and talk about the books. I won't censor it. I won't. I want you to do that. You have them at home. You know what you want them to read and not read. So you talk to them about it. My kid could read Hunger Games, absolutely, reading level appropriate. He would have nightmares. And I know that about him based on movies that he's watched and he can't sleep. So we talk about this. What happens in this book? You okay with that? Nope. He knows. And so that's a no from our family because I know my kid. Now, I've read the books. I thought they were great. You know, I mean, I don't like the violent part of it, but fun read. But that's not my 7th grader. So you know your kid, and you should help in that decision making. I don't want to censor it from here. You can look at Common Sense Media as one good place. It has sort of like a rating, like a movie. You know, why is this? What's in this book? If you don't know, or read it. Read it before they read it. Read it with them. And then when you sign this, you don't have to say, oh, I didn't see 90 minutes. You say, where did you start in the book this week? Where did you end? Oh, looks like you got your target. What happened? Tell me about the book. Just nice conversation would be great. And sign it, and I'll give them credit for that. We will read The Outsiders together. I read this in 7th grade. Anyone else? I hid it from my parents because I thought they would tell me I should read it. There's gangs, there's smoking, there's killing. And guess what? It's not glorified like some of the stuff now. There's a killing and remorse, guilt, sadness happens as a result. So that, to me, is worthwhile. And we read this as a class together first semester. Second semester, we'll do Ender's Game. Again, this is a tougher read. Science fiction, not my comfort zone either, but they study this as a hero's journey, much like Star Wars, much like Harry Potter. They're all the same story. Hero with 1,000 Faces. Joseph Campbell is a guy who's researched this. And so it's cool to study it as a pattern and as a novel. And again, violence, remorse in this book. So I like that a lot. They do have to speak as part of their grade. Like book talks in small groups, book talk to the whole class, a speech, read a poem. Introverts are going to be scared. We've already talked about introvert, extrovert stuff. So we're working with introverts to grow in public speaking. Extroverts, we're working on be quiet and listen a little more. And we love them all. So we've already talked about that and something we work with. There's no grammar in terms of parts of speech. What's an idiom versus what's a metaphor versus what's a... We don't have to label those things on the test anymore, which is beautiful. But we do a lot of vocab in context, like resilience versus resilient. We've talked about this, which is the noun, which is the adjective, how would you use it in a sentence. That's like authentic. We're studying this stuff. They know growth mindset. Ask them about it. It's very cool. Because on this point, please do not perfect, I'm going to go to this one. Please do not perfect their writing. If they are writing, help them, encourage them. Give them a little bit of advice, like, how about some capitals, or this part's confusing for me. That's great help. If you sit down and fix it all, I have no idea what they need. And I don't expect perfection. They're 7th graders. So if you're concerned, they are going to get the message. If you fix it all, they're going to get the message, I'm not good enough, my work is bad, mom's going to rescue me every time. Not a good message. I'm tempted to do this too. My kid can't spell. My husband's the same way. They're smart, but they can't spell. And so I'm just like, can't you? Spell check is great. But that's why he's not in my class, honestly. Part of it, I don't want to have to grade the spelling. But other children, I can remove myself. Anyway, so empower them. I asked them to exchange phone numbers in class. This just today. Get out your phone or a list, paper, record numbers of people in this class. Because I am not like Miss Womack with please use my cell phone and contact me at night. That would drive me bananas. So you can email me, but it's like a 24-hour expectation of a return. The kid who says, what's my homework, Mrs. Speake? I don't want that. I want them to figure it out. So they write the agenda on Monday. We record all of this in the agenda, the calendar. I stamp it, I saw, you write it down. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Then from there, it's their job to be organized and eat helps. I don't put every single item on EDU, but mostly. So sometimes they'll look there and say, it didn't say the reading log was due Monday. Well, it's due every Monday. So let's just, it's on the agenda. Sorry I didn't put it on EDU, but you know what that is. So, you know, if it says reading log due Monday, does that need to be on EDU? I don't know. So maybe that's my fault, but sometimes I put it there and sometimes they just need to know. Assessments, this is an assessment. This, no. So most of them glue, some of them use a folder. But this gets turned in at the end of a unit and it's got all kinds of work. Class notes, mark text. Sometimes it's homework, sometimes it's classwork, and I give them a score for basically effort. Did you keep up? Did you get this? Did you process this the way we asked? And this is a test kind of score. So is writing, some types of quizzes and formal presentations and book talks also. I think I might have covered it. Do you want to ask questions? Yes. Oh, the discussion thread, I showed them today how to do it. There's a cool feature on EDU where they can type in their answer. It was just tell me about your book, basically was the question. And other students can see it. They can't see grades, but they input their answer, hit send, and now I can read everyone in the class who's input. And we looked at some because some kid already done it today. So I showed them how to do it. It's not due until Friday. So here's this is the first time we're trying it. So they're nervous about it. But I said, try it tonight. If it doesn't work, we'll talk again tomorrow. See what's up, see if we can figure it out. Friday, I've reserved the iPads. They're coming into class. So anyone who hasn't accomplished it, they should have it on paper. And they're just going to type it in front of me. But it shows me you did the work. You attempted. I'm going to trust that they attempted it. And then they can input it here in class with supervision or help from a kid who knew how to do it or from me. Because EDU is helpful but kind of tricky at first. You should have been invited to join EDU to see your kids' grades, not just for me, but all their grades. And if you did not get that invitation because they probably typed your email wrong or something, because the kids did that. I took them to the library, they input your email. So if they messed up, you need to put your email on this. If you haven't had an email that says, hi, EDU, you want that, check it. Not like compulsively check it, but maybe once a week check it. Okay, write it down. I have several